What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thank you for tuning in again to another episode of Kane and Ross Present. The Yeah, I Said It podcast. We're expressing with our full capabilities till they want us in correctional facilities or try to shut us down. Um, as always, I'm the dad having this operation. Ross Cooper rocking with the best. My co-host. Introduce yourself to the folk.
You take the devil for God. Look how he doing you. What's up, everybody? Everybody's having a good day, week, year, all that good stuff. Be sure to share with your friends, family, enemies, pets, all that good stuff. Like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, we had the episode up, but we're gonna get into it. But yeah, it's kind of sad. We had something cooking. It was a great show, but some people don't want to see us shine. I'm not gonna say no names, but yeah.
All right. So, how to pop this off? I got a few text messages because when the show comes out, there are quite a few people that I personally reach out and let them know, hey, the show's out. Here's the link. Go check it out. Much to my chagrin, a few hours later, I'm getting texts back from people talking about what happened to the show, what happened to the show. I'm like, what are you talking about? What happened to the show? And this is the last week's show. We actually had a show up. Then I checked my email, and good people on this here app, YouTube, that we record on, said, nah, we gotta take you down. And I'm like, really? What did we say? Apparently the new rule of thumb is if you do not speak, if you do not toe the company line, for lack of a better term, and if you speak on a certain pandemic, what you say about how you treat a certain pandemic has to be in line with what the World Health Organization and the CDC says how you should treat a certain pandemic. Um, I think we all know what I'm referring to as to avoid this show being snatched down because we say something else about the Devastator.
Devastator. Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Super
I'm not.
Devastator.
Ooh, buddy. And there's yet another version of the pandemic coming down the pipe with a Greek name. I'm just curious. Are we going to go through the entire Greek alphabet? But this is to stay in compliance. I'm just here so I don't get fined on the Marshawn Lynch tip. Whatever the WHO says, whatever the CDC says, you might want to follow that if you choose to. I am not recommending it. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah.
Oh my god, sir. So when I told you what happened, what did you think?
I thought I was in disbelief. I was like, wow, okay. My first instinct was like, okay, so they chose this one episode out of I don't know how many episodes were down when we started this YouTube stuff, but we started since January, so we're months in. And I'm
Right.
pretty sure every single show we've mentioned the Devastator before and said some crazy things about not only the Devastator pandemic, but uh pigs. We done a lot of stuff. We said we're pretty unfiltered here. So if they just chose this one show, I was worried like, okay, if they seen this from this one show, then they might look at our whole catalog and be like, okay, we gotta get these dudes out of here. That's what I was worried. I was like, oh. And then I seen that was just a warning. I was like, oh, okay, all right. That ain't really nothing. Is it sad that we had a good show and you won't be able to see it? Yes, it is. Was it a waste of time? Yes, it is. That I won't get back. But you live and you learn. So now we know how to move. And hopefully this will be the last time this dumb shit happens.
Yeah.
And we can continue to be us. Because one thing for sure, we will not be silent and we will find loopholes. There's always a loophole. There's always a back door. So we will find it to get our voices and our opinions out the way we want to, not because somebody else told us what we should and shouldn't talk to. They want to tell NWA what we can and can't say. Well, guess what?
Oh, fuck the police anyway.
Yeah.
dude, it's just, I don't know. The thing that's got me, honestly, I don't know, we're kind of making light of it, but the thing that's got me here is people should be alarmed. And somebody explained to me the big deal is if this platform, if we say do A, B, or C, right, in regards to the pandemic, and they do A, B, or C, and it's not in line with what the CDC and WHO says, then technically they could be sued. Legit. Okay. This is the problem when corporations run things. Here's the interesting counterpoint to that though. So let's just say we mean it when we say whatever the CDC and the WHO says, you go do that. And you go do that. But something bad happens to you anyway. Can you still sue? Oh, no, you can't because um, certain treatments for certain pandemics have clauses connected to them that state you cannot sue if something goes left. So I just find it interesting that, and scary, quite honestly, because we rag on China, we rag on communism, da da da, and the government, North Korea, and all of those things controlling the flow of information. But right now, doesn't it feel like the flow of information is very controlled?
Yeah. I mean, people, like I said, been going. Your screen is frozen, by the way. But people have been saying like we are coming more and more of authoritarian type government. They are starting to limit our rights, and they're doing it slowly but slowly. So I mean, slowly but surely, and it's sad. It's sad. I
But
said this to you a while ago. I said because you said, well, YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that are privately owned, so they can do what they want. And I was like, well, that's still infringing on our freedom of speech. But I mean, you're right. They are a private company. They can choose what they want and want on their platform. But it is, in my opinion, still infringement of freedom of speech. So as you've seen, it happened to us, and not just
mhm.
so. It's just, it's just sad, man. It's just sad. Speak a little truth and people lose their mind, boy.
I mean, Ice-T told us in the 80s after he went through it with his song Cop Killer, and he, his freedom of speech, but watch what you say. And truer word never spoken. If this is obviously this is what Orwell told us about in 1984. It's all coming to pass. And the thing is, my question that I always come back to when you and I have these long discussions off air and we talk about this pandemic and the information. And the thing is this. Did you ask any questions? I'm getting amazed at how few people seem to want to question anything. They're just going along with what's being told. And like I told you, if you don't have a questioning mind, everything told to us makes perfect sense. That's the scary part. It makes perfect sense. If you saw, like I said, when we watched Tyler's special, all of the tough questions were answered. What comes from scientists and CDC and WHO, it all makes sense. It all really does make sense. You should keep your mask on. You should social distance, wash your hands, all of those things. Um, because this new variant is so much stronger, you should probably get vaccinated because, again, it doesn't keep you from catching it. It keeps you from dying a horrible death on a ventilator. As
Yeah.
long as you accept these things as true, everything makes sense. The problem is people like you and I. We're red pill people. We don't take the blue pill. And when you take the red pill, you question everything. That's how you get pulled out the matrix. And it's scary when you get pulled out the matrix. And it's scary for two reasons. One, you're out the matrix. Holy crap. A lot of the stuff I thought was true isn't. But two, the other scary part is you see the agents. You see the people that are still plugged in. And as my favorite movie said, and most of these people are so hopelessly and you're so dependent upon the system that they will what? Fight to protect it. And I, for one, am shocked at the amount of people fighting to protect these systems. Like you're just gonna, no questions asked. They said do it, do it.
Yeah.
Like how is it no one is concerned that the opposing view is being shut down? In every darn near every dictatorship, this has occurred. You if any, I don't know if you got a chance to watch it yet, but the series on Netflix, How to Be a Tyrant or How to Be a Dictator, it is scary because they jokingly show you the playbook, right? On how to be a dictator or a tyrant. And it's like one of the key components is shut down your opponents. You shut down opposing views. Right now, if we don't say what is the WHO says we should say in reference to this pandemic, this show won't make it to anyone's eyes and ears either. That should be a concern. You know, we thought the guys in Walmart screaming over a mask and, you know, it's infringing upon my rights, blah, 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 blah. We laughed a year ago. I'm not sure I'm still laughing. Because it's just, you don't shut out the opposing view, because that means there's only one prevailing thought. And that's never, at least on the surface, never been what this place, United States of America, was about. It wasn't about, it was about, you know, they sell you on freedom.
Yeah. Unless you're in Texas, you're not really free.
See, there you go. There you go. But yeah, so folks, we had a show. It was a great show. Talked about a lot. As per usual, we did a virtual high five and it was over. Posted it, and hours later, I got an email saying, "Oh, by the way, we snatched that down because you didn't say what mass. I mean, you didn't say what the WHO wanted you to say. So you can't talk now. We're gonna silence you." And I'm like, you know, what's not gonna be surprising at this point? If they're doing some grand sweep or just going back, I'm not gonna be surprised if we get another email. If they go back to some other shows and say, "Hey, by the time this is over, we might have like 4 shows visually."
Time this is over, we might not have a channel. we gonna have to go back to just doing straight audio, because yeah.
Because yeah, I mean, ironically, shout out to Stitcher, shout out to all of the other, you know, iTunes and all the other audio platforms are on. Didn't get emails from them. They didn't say they were pulling us, but YouTube was like, "Nah, fam, you gotta toe the company line, my G. You gotta, whatever the WHO said, that's what you gotta say." And I'm just like, yo, does anyone see the danger in this? Like, does anyone else see how insanely dangerous this is? You know, a couple things that happened from last week to now. Well, hold on. Let me, before we go into the kind of fun stuff, as per usual, as you all can see, for those of you watching visually, I am rocking my glorious Empire State hat. It is slowly but surely becoming more of a joke. Speaking about the kingdom, you better watch your tongue, sir. But New York is pushing hard to mandate vaccines for just about everything. New York has passed a mandate that says you cannot go into gyms nor restaurants unless you provide proof of vaccination. I don't get the gym part, because if this is a respiratory disease, which it appears to be, wouldn't it make sense that you would let people have access to something that keeps them healthy? Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Meanwhile,
Just...
meanwhile, in the glorious southern state, they're doing the exact opposite. You can't force me to do shit.
Listen, the next time you see me, I might be wearing a Texas ass hat, yo. The next time you see me, I might have to order a Lone Star State. I might have to change my whole shit up, call the glorious Lone Star State if this keeps up, because I'm like, Okay, there's a lot of things that you can look at Texas sideways for. A lot.
Still the South, yeah.
Right, it's still the South. But like, make no mistake about it, it's still the South. But the way Greg Abbott is the governor of Texas. The way he's decided to handle this is like, wow. Um, we about to have beef though, and I don't think it's gonna last long. He's the governor, but we about to have some beef. Austin just reached stage 5 protocols for COVID, so they're thinking about locking Austin back down. Um, one of the I think it was the mayor of Houston. I had to double check. And just for the listeners and watchers, we usually have everything tight, formatted, so on and so forth. But no, not today. We're kind of coming off the cuff because I just wanted to address the fact that you ain't seen us in 2 weeks. And this isn't one of our life breaks. This is no, we had a show and it got yanked. So we want to talk about that. But back on track. Houston's mayor, I do believe, has said no, middle fingers to the governor. He is going to mandate certain school districts mandatory masks. For what it's worth, a lot of companies I'm hearing are also making masks mandatory again. Here's my thought process: if you're at home already, then just let your employees stay home to avoid all that. That seems like the most sensible decision to make. But if Austin is in stage 5 protocols, it's gonna be interesting because what's being told to us is that pretty much people who haven't taken the vaccine are the reason things are screwy. And the response probably going to be, well, then those states should probably lock down. The problem is most of the unvaccinated are in states that refuse to lock down. So it's going to be crazy how that goes. Like, and if Texas is doing it, Florida is Texas's little brother, so I'm sure they're coming next. But yeah, New York is being very weird. I won't say weird. It's interesting to see that New York has got the stones to tell, New York City in particular, has got the stones to tell 8.5 million people, guess what? You can't go to a concert if you can't provide proof of vaccination. Guess what? You can't go to the gym or a restaurant if you can't provide proof of vaccination. Oh, by the way, if you continue to work for the city of New York, you will have to be vaccinated. Ballsy. Mm. That's New York being New York, boy. We're gonna do it our way. Even though your governor might be getting impeached. Ay, man. But we okay. So now we can get all kind of heavy stuff unless we find something else. A lot didn't happen since we spoke last. Russ is in purple and gold. Goat James just got another piece. You heard it here first, even though this is not a hot take. Heard it here first. Lakers in 7. I don't care who it is. And the only reason it'll be Lakers in 7 in the finals is they're facing a healthy Brooklyn team. If it's anything other than that, Lakers in 6, maybe 5.
No. I would love for that to be true because, like you said, my favorite team, as y'all know, is the Lakers, and one of my favorite players is Russ. So he's on my favorite team. So obviously, I'm going to be cheering for him even harder than I was year before and years prior. But also Kyrie's tied for my favorite player. So it would be kind of like if Brooklyn and LA truly meet, it'd be one of them series like how it was this year when the Suns and the Bucks meet, because I like Giannis and I like Orange Mamba. So I didn't really care who won. I was cheering for both teams kind of, but for this one, I would probably still cheer for only LA because I want to see Russ get a ring because I don't want him to finish his career without a ring and get the title, one of the best players ever to never win a title. And plus, Kyrie already has a ring, and he's still young, so he got time to get more. So I just hopefully Russ gets his first. Let's go. And Melo gets his first. I like Melo too.
Right. I just want to see all the butthurt Jordan fans and see the excuses. I love seeing the butthurt Jordan fans make excuses every time LeBron wins a ring. Oh, he joined the super team. Oh, he did this. Oh, that was because of this. Oh, he was injured. Shut up. All the butthurt Jordan fans. Stop it. Kobe fans don't do that. Every time LeBron does something, Kobe fans are like, oh, he didn't do it such and such and such. He didn't see the super team. Nope. Only Jordan stands, yo. Only the Jordan stands. So I just like seeing the Jordan stands pissed off. That's another reason. Because this will be what? 1, 2, 3.
5.
Oh, okay. He'll tie Kobe then. Then it's go, well, Jordan still got more rings. Okay. I just when it's over, right? When LeBron has more rings, more points, assists, and rebounds, what are the Jordan stands gonna say then? Like that's your whole argument is gone. Then it's gonna be quality of rings. I know that's gonna be the last argument because if LeBron gets a couple more out of this,
That's true. Quality rings. LeBron's Heat rings versus LeBron's Cav ring. The Cav ring holds more weight than the 2 ones he won in Miami. Overall rings are not made equal, and you know this.
He beat a loaded Spurs team.
Nah,
that Spurs team.
You had a loaded Miami team. Do y'all forget? You had Ray Allen. You had a whole bunch of shooters. You had D Wade. You had Chris Bosh. You had You had at least 3 Hall of Famers playing with you when you won. So no, it's not the same.
Tim Duncan, Hall of Famer. The Claw, Hall of Famer. Tony Parker, Hall of Famer. Manu, Hall of Famer. So that's 4.
Yeah, but they weren't the favorite. The Heat was the favorite. The Spurs weren't the favorite. Go back and look.
By the way, they had a Hall of Fame coach. We didn't know if Spoelstra could coach at that point.
But as we see, he can.
Yeah, nobody did. And nobody knew it then. So I'm like, yeah, that ring against the Spurs was a big one. The one against Cleveland, the Cleveland ring counts the best. The Cleveland ring counts the most.
You just right. My point.
No, you're right. That was the toughest one. But it's not like that one against the Spurs was a lame duck ring. Like
won the lame duck ring, but it don't hold the same weight as the Cavs one. I'm sorry, it just doesn't.
You beat Portland. The Phoenix ring was definitely a biggie. The Phoenix ring was a biggie. And the Sonics ring was a biggie because the Sonics was loaded that year. I think they were like a 60-win team. So and going against Gary Payton, Sonics ring was big. So let me see. Portland. The 2 Utah. Okay, so I'll give it to you. When we're talking quality of rings, I think Jordan has a slight edge there.
Because he never was super team. Not the first 3.
You still had the greatest coach ever and a top 50 player on your team, sir.
Yeah, but,
stop, yo.
Nah.
You still had a, you still, yeah.
That's not a super team, dog. The first 3-peat, that was not a super team, dog. Stop it.
I'm just saying the finals were, nothing's quote unquote easy, but having to go through New York and Detroit was a lot harder than what they had to face in the finals. That was like in football in the 80s and 90s when you had San Francisco and Dallas going at it in the NFC title game. The Super Bowl was like, whatever. The real game was, we knew whoever won Dallas and San Fran was going to Super Bowl.
You also proved my point. Jordan had a tougher path to the finals than LeBron ever had. So yeah.
Let's not do that. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. LeBron had harder tasks in the finals because he was playing against the loaded West. But on the road to the finals, the East was way tougher back then than it is now. Or when LeBron was playing.
Hold on. Do I need to remind you the collection of I won't call them bums because they made the NBA. But do I need to make you take a look at that team he took to the finals the first time when they got swept by the Spurs?
Who did he play? The teams in the East were not the same as they were in the 80s and 90s.
Who did he play with?
You know this.
Who did he play with?
That proves my point. He had an easier role because if he played with the same group of talent he played in Jordan's era in the East, he wouldn't even made out the first round.
All right. Well, long and short, not so hot take. Lakers in 7 versus anybody, and it's only going to be 7 if it's a healthy Brooklyn. If it's anything other than a healthy Brooklyn, Lakers in 5, maybe 4.
I'm rooting for the Lakers, but I don't. If it's healthy Brooklyn, I don't see Brooklyn losing. I'm sorry.
Okay. We'll come back to the show in a few months. This is a hot take. I got the Knicks out the playoffs. I don't. Everybody in the East got better. That need to get better. Chicago's going to be.
I think they'll make the bottom path, the bottom tier. I mean, they did get Kemba, so you got Kemba with Randall.
Kemba comes home. I mean, that alone is
So
gonna be fun. That's like when Starberry. That's like when Starberry came home. You could
so
put on
yeah,
you could put on
they
the orange and
got a
blue.
little better. So I think they will still make the playoffs.
Yeah, I forgot Kimba came home, but I don't know. I might be able to find 8 teams better. I
I
might be able to
can't.
find because
Nah,
Chicago's in. Chicago's
yeah,
in.
Chicago got better.
Did
Remember, the
Toronto get
Knicks were a
worse?
4th seed, so
Yeah, but that was a fluke 4. So I mean, just we're all top to top. You got Milwaukee, Miami, Chicago, Atlanta. There's 4. Um, who was in the East? Yeah, I can't think about it right now, but there's 4 off top. Milwaukee,
nah,
Atlanta,
they'll
Chicago.
make the playoffs. The bottom half.
I'm not, we'll see. Because there's certain teams, I don't know what other moves they made. I don't know what Orlando did off the top. I can't think what Orlando did.
Nah, they're
Oh,
not a
duh,
threat.
Brooklyn. Brooklyn, that's 5.
They're not a threat. I mean, yeah, Orlando's not a threat. Toronto's gotten worse because they traded no Kyle Lowry, no. Yeah, they don't really have much. They have Siakam and
That's it.
yeah,
And Van Fleet.
no Van Fleet is gone, I think, or he's still free. Oh, they resign.
Oh,
I
I thought
can't
that was
remember.
rumored. I'm not sure. I thought that was rumored. I thought he was still
I
there.
don't. I
But
don't remember. I don't know what happened to him actually. So he might still be there. I don't know, but
okay. So there's that. What else happened this week since our show got Woo wee. The infant. I don't. Let's see if this quick conversation gets us yanked. Um, I don't. I think this is a case of some black folk just, and I say this way too often, worried about the wrong shit. So a lot of good chunk of black folk are pissed off because the infant got chin checked by the LGBTQ community. Oh, as soon as he said something about gay folk, everybody, da, 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 da. And I'm like, this is what happens when you have an organization, when you have not even an organization, when you have organization in general amongst your folk, and they make it so if you say something negative about them, there will be a penalty to be exacted. And I know the comeback with a lot of folk has been, not only nobody say nothing when rappers talk about murder and death and killing folk, but as soon as you say about that, yeah, that's, you don't understand. That doesn't make us look better. That's not a really good argument. I've said this numerous times, and you and I have gone back and forth about it. Mainstream rap is a problem. 99% of it is throwaway. It is destructive. And truthfully, it ain't too much of a stretch to say it does the work of white supremacy. When your content is, the fact that there's a such thing as cocaine rap in general is problematic. But yeah,
Push.
I mean, a lot of folk push Benny. There's a lot of folk who just cocaine rap, and I'm like, the fact that that's even a category, like mumble rap is just dumb. Cocaine rap is just destructive and also dumb. So, yeah, I think it's a lot of folk focused on the wrong shit there. The infant, and the thing that gets me with this, all you had to do was shut up.
Yeah,
Like I don't, I have but so much mercy and understanding. All I had to do was shut up.
yeah. Ain't really much to say about that.
Yeah, I was like, all you had to do is shut up. I know folks going deep into think pieces and everything about it, but no, the point is right. Um, there should be more outrage over self-destructive black lyrics and disrespect to women, but for some odd reason we've come to accept it, and that is a reflection on us. If we as a people said, look, this thing right here is black excellence and this is what we're going to adhere to, then when someone comes out with more cocaine rap or whatever, we can chin check them just like the LGBTQ community does. I'm not mad at them for chin checking old boy for that. I'm mad that we haven't been chin checking these rappers for just being, instruments of white supremacy. If we're being real, when you talk about all of the things that get us locked up, well, good. Yeah. So that's, like I said, I'm mad at them. I'm more mad at us, and that's the wrong argument. Like it all should be problematic, but here we are. Um, Slaughterhouse is back. Told you. Ha.
No, they're not. They said they need one
It's
more. What are you talking about?
okay.
You,
Listen.
you have the same argument that we've been having these past how many years since they dropped something?
Okay. Here's the thing.
So,
So,
yeah.
so for those of us following along at home who don't know who Slaughterhouse is, for the hip hop aficionados, I know you all know, but let me help you up. Slaughterhouse is a group of 4 God level tier MCs: Crooked I, King Crooked, Joe Budden, Joel Ortiz, Royce the 5'9". Contract issues and beef between Budden and Eminem, who put them on, caused them to disband for a while. I have been carrying a torch saying we need a Slaughterhouse album. It was either Royce or King Crooked that said the album, the last joint they put together was just about done. They just needed a couple more joints to go and they'd be ready to drop it. The lone holdout, it appeared, was Budden because quick, connect the dots. Royce is Eminem's boy. They both Detroit cats. Budden has issues with Eminem, which you can see where that goes. But Royce mentioned a few days ago 75% of Slaughterhouse is back together. They just need one last person, that being Joe Budden. And I'm like, he of all people understands what doing it for the culture means. So just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. I told you, I'm not giving up hope. There's the reason why we will get a Slaughterhouse album by next spring. Heard it here first.
The greatest source of torture is hope. And you have a lot of torture in you, buddy. Just let it go. We got an album and 2 mixtapes. It's not that deep. We're not going to get it. If we do get it, then I'll come on here and I'll personally apologize to you. I'll say,
We're
you're
gonna
right.
get it. Look, we're gonna get it with those 3 as is.
That's not the same, dog. You know it. That's not the same.
So what you say
It's
it is?
just it's not Slaughterhouse no more. It's just Slaughter. That's it. That's what it is. If it's just those 3, it's not Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse is those 4.
Okay, we gonna see. But yeah, that's that's about what's happening. We definitely want to come on, just let the people know what was up. We appreciate you all rocking with us. I appreciate the concern that when I say, hey, there's a show, folks go to check out the show and they let me know, hey, there's no show. And I gotta go figure out why. And then we come to we find out because we didn't speak on a certain pandemic a certain way on behalf of certain folk. We gotta watch what we say. So, we both have some really nice tap shoes now. So we can tap dance all around this issue and not say certain things. It is amazing to me, though, at this point, what we can and can't get away with. There's a part of me that wants to say certain shit just to see what happens. Because, like I said, we've been so unkind to law enforcement since this show's inception. We've also been unkind to the Catholic Church since this show's inception. We've been especially unkind to racists since this show's inception. So all of that is cool. But you don't say what the WHO wants you to say. Nah, fam, we got to shut you down.
Yeah. Sorry though. Like I said, we got cold words and stuff. Like I said,
tap dance,
be careful out there for this new Devastator, man. Be very careful.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just follow directions, man. That's all you gotta do. Just follow directions. We support this message.
But we're gonna keep it short and sweet. We appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. We're gonna have a really special guest come next week. Yeah, we're getting into the guest thing because we want to have more folk on with us, jump on. It ain't just us into an echo chamber. We want to bring y'all some other folk with some really cool mindsets. But for the time being, on behalf of myself, my co-host, thank you for tuning in to episode Yeah I Said It podcast. We will see you all next week. Peace.
Yeah.